Hi, Pochi. Congratulations on
Thank you so much, Chandra.
successfully completing your PMP certification examination. And I would like to hear
Thank
from
you.
you, how was the journey?
Um, it was frightful, but it was just another studies that you have to do. And so you actually need to time box it and do it and clear it. That's all I would say. It was frightful because I didn't know what I was up to. It was really new for me in the sense that I've been doing consultancies in the form of projects, but I always thought projects per se were about construction, about IT. So I was like, this is really new, but in so many ways, it just felt like the next step for me if I wanted to add a certain quality to my work. So yeah, so I embraced it and it's all done now, thank God.
That is interesting. Interesting journey, what you're mentioning. So, why was that PMP? What was the idea behind getting into PMP? Why PMP, in short?
So this year makes 20 years since I started working as a communication person. And I just came to a point where I needed the next level of challenge and I couldn't find it. I'd gone through journalism, corporate consultancies in communication, and that's where I did a lot of my projects. And I just was thinking of what is the next challenge that I need to take. And project management just seemed like the only thing, because it also refines the way I do my consultancies, how you relate with your stakeholders, how you can be more efficient. And especially what I really found interesting was that they are embracing the agile way of working. So I get to learn two ways, or because agile is not just one, but so many ways. So I get to learn so many ways to upgrade my arts. And so I just thought it was the only way to go forward at this point.
Right, right. So, how was the training? How did training
The
help you?
training, it so I had two teachers. I had one, I've forgotten his name, then I had you, Chandra. And I want to say specifically about you that you are very structured and you have a very good grasp of the agile section of it. Some teachers don't, and so they kind of just muddle their way through it. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's understandable. It's quite new to a certain people, and so to a certain generation of people. It's more like younger people's thing, if I should say it that way. So some teachers actually struggle with it, but I came on board knowing that that would be a challenge. So the way I worked was that each time I felt like I wasn't understanding something, I would go to self-study. And so I constantly paced my self-study with what I was learning in class. And I was actually in control of what I understood very well and what I didn't understand very well. So, and that's how I structured my studies because the things I knew I didn't understand very well, I intensely studied them 2 days to the exam,
Right.
just so I don't forget them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what would be your typical recommendations for anyone who takes a PMP examination, or the journey who gets?
Um, hmm. I would advise you to, I really don't feel comfortable advising anyone because I don't think there is one formula to this. This is about you knowing yourself, knowing your strength, your weaknesses, your schedule, what can you do? I
Mm.
could time box this in. I did this in 2 months, but it's because I'm doing nothing else now. I just stopped
Uh,
everything to do it. So you need to know yourself. So that might be the first thing I would say. Know yourself, your schedule, what you can take, how much you can take, what's your threshold, let me put it that way. And
right.
then self-learn. Don't only depend on what the teacher is saying. Use what the teacher says or the instructor to be the track on which you
Yes.
walk, but then be able to attach other things to that track just to make your journey much more comfortable.
Mm.
And know the kind of person you are. In the exam, my strength came from the people section of the exam. And it's because I do consultancies in communication. So you train actually corporate people to communicate. So building your team, breaking down barriers, removing obstructions, energizing them, that's something I know. And that's actually my strength. But it's your strength process, it's your strength business environment. Know it, hinge on it, and then use that to get your above target and then struggle with the other ones. You need to have a base.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
because if you just go floating, you might be too shallow. But if you hinge on something, that would like pull the other ones in, because you'll be like, I belong here, and this is still part of project management. Because one of the things I see a lot is that people are scared. I was scared. I was like, this is too huge for me. But the moment I started learning about the people aspect of it, I was like, this is entirely what I do. So I hinged on that. And then I was like, of course, I mean, if you were doing people don't just do things, they use a process and they function in an environment called business environment. So that then pulled in the others in a logical way for me. I always do a logic studies. That is, I try to put what I am hearing into my logic of things. So, and that really helped me. And I think that the other thing I would say is practice a lot. I really can't say how many questions I practice. I took the age record questions, then I also took hundreds of them online. I just had them in my ear all the time. So practice and then be cool. Just do it. I didn't see many formula questions. I saw just one, but I saw a lot of agile questions. Like I would say it sounded to me like 50-50%. So be ready for that one.
Perfect. I think it's pretty straightforward, right? So you know yourself and what is your schedule? How does it look like for you? Are you really getting the
Yes.
subject or not? And again, commitment, repetition, practice, 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 where you can build the
We
confidence.
can't say more.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think your journey is a typical example which one can have as a reference, what it takes to become a PMP certified professional. Once again, I'll
I
congratulate
hope
you
so.
and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors and assignments. Good job, Pochi.
Thank you so much, Chandra. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.